crossover, the grand finale of a Thunderbird demonstration. Crossover. From the 4 points of the compass, the people of Latin America have gathered to witness the aerial maneuvers of this Air Force team from the United States. And the thoughts of the people watching also cross over and are interwoven in a kaleidoscopic pattern of unspoken words. The day the Thunderbirds came to our country was one of the hottest and brightest days I remember. Many of the people fashioned sunshades out of old newspapers or magazines. Even at that, we often lost sight of the planes in the sun. But we soon forgot the slight inconvenience and became fascinated with the aerial tricks. We drank our soda and clapped and watched. And when the team did the crossover right above us, caramba! People were like little children who had just been frightened by a dragon. There was one boy out of many boys in the crowd at Costa Rica. My mother did not want me to go to the air show, and I had to beg her many times before she agreed. She does not understand how a boy feels in his heart about jets. Today, all I can do is watch and listen to the sound of the magnificent engines. I have not told my mother as yet, but I would like very much to be a pilot. Someday it may be I who signs autographs from an aircraft wing. Or maybe I'll wave from the elevator of a returning spaceship. I wonder what my mother would say then. And there was a marimba band in Guatemala and a girl. The young pilots seemed fascinated by our marimbas. One could try to teach them a little, but of course they had no skill with the hammers. My cousin plays very well and makes music that starts your feet to dance, but then he could not fly a fighter airplane. Like my grandfather used to say, every man to his own job. It is enough to raise grapes. You do not need to make the bottles. And so I guess we need those who play music and those who keep the world a place in which music can be enjoyed. And there were students on a campus in Chile. I do not want you to think we are always serious, but really I find little time for non-essential matters. I take a few minutes today to observe the airmen from the United States. In my studies, the point of similarity between that country and ours that I respect most is the value, the worth placed on individual personality. That is why I like the solo pilot the best. To me, he symbolizes freedom of the spirit, the desire of every person to express himself as an individual. I say, Olé to the one man in the sky. Thunderbird pilot, his helmet a ghostly image on the canopy, muses, we have an advantage over the normal jet pilot. We fly low, and that gives us a chance to look over the countryside. On our way down to South America, I had my first chance to see the big ditch, the Panama Canal. I'm in the Air Force, all right, but I still can appreciate what this water shortcut means to our Navy and Merchant Marine. Often up here alone, where nothing seems trite or corny, I often wax poetic. For below, sometimes in bold relief, other times but a pattern seen through broken clouds, is the land. A blend of hills, rivers, plains, grasslands, and wilderness. And the cities of man and his farms. The high snow-capped peaks. The resting volcanoes. And superimposed on this mosaic of living earth are the people. Proud people. You might say that my wife and I are direct opposites. I am the realist and she is the dreamer. When I look at the jets, I see power and a fine military weapons system. When she looks, she sees the beauty of movement, the pleasing design, the contrast of color. Actually, I guess the airplanes are both power and beauty, depending on your viewpoint. Perhaps it is because I live in the high country and there are not many of us that I think as I do. Once I saw planes write letters in the sky, but these airplanes make mystic patterns of smoke, and I think they are like mighty condors in lazy flight with steaming breaths. And then there is a giant claw, of which bird I do not know, painted in the sky. Now myself, I am a bird, and I fly in the air, and the earth far below twists and turns, and the sky and clouds are closer even than from my mountaintop. And I say to myself, how good it is to be a bird. And I say unto you, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For what man is there of you whom, if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. I watched the show with my brothers near the statue to Balboa. It was a beautiful, bright day, and from our viewpoint, the air machines were like shimmering dragonflies through the palm trees, the distant engines like the hum of bees in the afternoon sun. To myself, I thought, this is the peace, the tranquility of life as it should be. And I looked at my brothers and hoped they would never know war, that they would always simply watch the birds fly high. I would not tell this to anyone, but inside I feel somehow, how should I say it, out of date sitting here on my horse as the jets go by. Juan is a bit uneasy too. The noise of cannons would probably not frighten him at all.